Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Hi, Janet. Good morning. Okay. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Okay. So, practice చేసావనేనా
Yes, sir.
చెప్పింది? Any
Constraints,
doubts? Anything?
no, sir. Constraints ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేదు. అంటే ఆల్ కొన్ని చేశానండి.
Mm-hmm.
చెక్ కన్స్ట్రెయింట్ చేయలేదు, డిఫాల్ట్ చేయలేదు.
Okay.
Yes.
Just
DDL,
a minute.
DML కమాండ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేదు.
Okay.
We left with alter command.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, can I share my screen?
Yeah.
These are the things that I have practiced.
Okay.
First one, I have created a database.
Okay.
Then a table, create a sample table, and I implemented a command like update.
Mm-hmm.
By using select command, we can copy the whole data into a new table.
Okay.
This one, and I did drop truncate commands and delete.
Okay.
The same example I have repeated again here. Update.
Mm-hmm.
And constraints, I have practiced in one more tab like this. Just this only.
Okay.
At least only the identity property and uh,
Okay.
those are only I have practiced.
Okay. So there is one more thing. So you tried to create a table, right? So without create command, you tried for, while copying the data and the structure of the table, right?
Yeah.
What is that command? Select star into.
If we need require and particular columns, if we need to copy, then we can give column names before into. I'll practice it here.
Yeah, I see that in the 23rd line.
Yes, here.
Yeah.
Employee ID, employee name.
So what does this statement do?
It will copy the data from the employee table into a new table, whatever we have given, employee underscore details.
Okay. So will it only copy the data?
Yes, sir, with structure.
So it kind of creates a new table with the structure of the employee table and copies the data from employee table to the new table. Right? Okay.
Yes. Without using a create command, we can create a table.
Yeah. So there is one more thing. So where you can insert data into a table from another table.
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't copy the structure, but it will copy the data for you. It will just copy the data into the another table from another one table. Okay.
Okay. Without copying the metadata structure.
So the new table, the other table should already be there in the database. Okay. It is not going to create the new table. Okay. It will just copy the data from one table to another table.
Okay. Like us copying data only.
Yeah, it will just copy the data. Okay. So for suppose you right now you have the employee detail table, right?
Yeah.
So which you have created as a new table using the select star into command, right?
Yes.
So let's try to insert data into the table again from employee table. Okay. So without creating a new table. Okay. So how does this work is you can just write what is the command you use to insert data?
Insert into.
Yeah. The same thing you can write insert into to which table you want to insert data. Employee details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That is
think
already there in
I
the
had
table.
deleted the table. Once maybe give me a moment. I will check.
Yeah. So as you can see, it will say invalid. It is saying invalid object name, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Practice and I check.
Or else you can do one more thing, right? So while doing the select star, you can give the full naming convention, like database dot schema dot table name.
Sir, sorry, sir. Could you please?
So instead of just writing the table name in the select statement,
Okay.
you can just practice writing database name dot schema name dot
Okay.
table name.
Okay, I have to practice like using a
Yeah.
schema.
Yeah. So if you are, so right now, so earlier you were in master database, right?
Yeah.
So and you use the command you use database go, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in some
Instead
cases
of
you
that,
may,
I need
yeah,
to use a database
yeah,
schema.
yeah. In some cases you might also try doing that. No, you can try both the cases. Okay, both.
Oh,
So they'll be having different use cases. You
okay.
try, so you try not to change the database every time. You try to write the
Give us
database name and the schema name, the
directly.
query itself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can check it now. Select star from practice.dbo.employee details.
I have only with employee. I don't. I only have table called employee only.
Yeah, try
Remaining all I
that.
had.
Yeah, try that. No problem.
Which one? Sir?
The same you try to query the same employee table.
Okay. Schema name.
So you try to give, yeah, DBO is the default schema. DBO means database owner.
.dbo or only dbo, sir?
Just DBO. If you are giving only schema and table name, start with DBO. DBO dot.
Dot table name, no?
Yeah, table name. There is no space in between. So you can use like this with okay. So let's say if you're pointing to other database other than practice, okay.
Okay.
You want to execute this query in another database query window, okay. In that case, you
It
have
will
to give
work
the database name also, practice dot. Before DBO, write practice dot.
before dbo.
Yeah.
Practice. Dot.
That is C. C.
Yeah, I have given like that only.
Where?
While creating, I have given yes.
But the database name is correct.
Yeah,
PRAT.
yeah. I have used
Okay.
that
Fine then.
only.
Yeah. Give dot. No space. Yeah.
This command we
See.
can use, yeah?
Yeah. See now you change the database name there to some other thing. Okay. And this query will still work.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, by giving
So
the database and
yeah,
the schema name, we can execute the query
in
wherever
other,
we are.
yes. Yeah.
Whichever the database, we can execute this query.
Yeah. You don't
Okay,
have to
okay. We are
change.
giving an exact location for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to change the database name every time. If you know the database name and the schema name, you can just directly give them along with the table name and execute the query.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So this in real time, like, we will be working with different databases, right?
Yeah.
So every time we cannot go there and change the things. Okay.
Okay.
So we might have to get data from different database into one query. So that time, so we will be using this format.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Clear.
Yeah. So here we can give some alias name to your table name also. Okay.
Okay.
So if you just after the table name, if you just give some space and you can give your alias name after the select star from.
Okay.
You can use as or without as also it will work.
Okay.
Yeah. You can just give after the table name. You can just give whatever the name you want.
Here can I give this?
Yeah.
Uh,
Just give whatever. Yeah, EMP would be fine. So instead of big name employee, you can just use EMP as an alias name for that. Okay. Of employee. Yeah. So this is how we will give the alias name to tables also. Okay.
Here
See now instead
instead
of
of
doing
this
yeah.
employee, I can give EMP.
Yes. Not here.
Okay.
No, not here.
Okay.
Just go back to yeah. So where this EMP will be useful is the alias name EMP is useful is in joining conditions. Okay.
In joins.
Or else, yeah, in joining conditions, or else you're trying to write some big queries with subqueries and all.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you can make use of this alias name.
Instead of
Yeah.
writing the whole
Table
table
name.
name,
Yeah. You can just
give
make use of EMP.
okay. You can
Okay.
use alias. Okay.
Yeah. So how you can get queries, I mean columns from these table names. So here in the select statement, instead of writing star, take column names. Yeah, enough. 2 columns are enough. You can execute them. Okay. So right now so instead of just writing EID, you can write emp.eid. I can execute this. So this query also will work and that query also will work. Okay.
Okay.
So mainly
We are giving
you have
alias
written,
name here.
yeah. So that alias name it is using a here in while specifying the column name. So that alias name is being used here.
Instead of we are using a table name, we are giving alias name here. Total
Yes.
employee.
Yeah.
Instead of that EMP we are giving.
Yeah. You're getting that red underlined version near the emp.eid. Yeah. That means there is something missing. Okay. So you can write the alias name for this column name and that will be correct, auto-corrected. After the employee name, table name, you have deleted the alias name. Yeah. If write that query will be corrected. Yeah. See, what does that mean is emp.eid, the EID column, that EID is the column name. So that is referring to EMP table. Okay. Let's suppose in a join. Okay. So we will be taking 2 columns, right? Yeah. So if the 2 columns are having the same column name, and in select query you have to take only one EID column. That times you have to give the query from which table you have to take the EID column. So that way these alias names would be useful. Okay. Clear. So we were discussing about some other thing, right? Insert into statement. Yeah. So did we finish that insert into? Did I tell you or did I not?
No, sir.
Okay. Just write a statement. So do one thing. Execute that select star into statement again. So
This
let's
one,
try.
this one.
No,
Instead
the
of this star.
yeah, select star into table. So we have the query is already there, right? You have written, I guess. Yeah, right. Select star into some new table from yeah. A XMP
Oh,
table will have table doesn't have data, so you can insert that. So do you have the queries insert ready? Now just scroll down. So
I
you might
think
have queries now. Okay, that is a this employee table in the 45th line. So we are taking employee table, right? So this employee
yes.
table is referring to the table in master database.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So here
Yeah,
also you can do
got
the
it.
same thing. So you do give the database name and schema name.
Database.
Yeah.
Insert into practice in here I have to give na?
In both the tables.
No, no, no.
See, if you try to,
From
if you give the practice .dbo only for employee table, okay,
okay,
this will consider the employee table from practice DB only, but
okay,
the EXMP table will be created in master database because
okay, okay.
that is in that doesn't have any database name and schema name mentioned, right? And
Yeah.
this
So
window
it
is
will create
pointing
in
to
master.
master database.
Yeah.
So the EXMP table will be created in master database only.
Here also we have to give
Yeah, you can
practice.
give. Yeah. So no spaces,
Dot
.dbo.
ex.
Now these two tables are pointing to practice database and DBO schema. Okay.
Yes.
So whatever your action that is performed, that will be performed in practice DB. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's query the EXMP table. Show me the data in EXMP table.
We need to give a database also, no?
Yes. Why? Because the query window,
We are in
yeah, the editor which you are writing the query is pointing to master database, right? So how do I know that is pointing to master database? By seeing the database name here, you know?
yes, sir.
In the left top, it is pointing to master, right?
Yeah, here.
Yeah. So that's where I get to know that my window is pointing to master database. Yeah. See, in our practice database, we have now we have table called EXMP, right?
Yeah.
And
With
it
the
has
data.
data. Yeah. Now truncate this data, truncate this table.
Okay. Which ones are this XMB, no?
Yes.
We need to give with the database name only, no?
Yeah,
We
you
are
try.
pointing here.
You try. So if you get some error, you will get some information.
First I will try this.
See, it has given some red underline. So point that on red underline, just hover on top of that. What do you
Incorrect
see here?
syntax.
Incorrect syntax
Use
near
table.
EXMP.
Okay. Okay. Correct. Okay. Try. Yeah, it's got deleted.
So yeah, now execute the above query. Didn't work.
Still exists. Data exists.
Why?
Because it's
Why?
pointing
Because
to
we executed the truncate command. We deleted the table from EXMP table in master database, not in practice database.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
The query window is pointing to master database. If you don't give any database name and schema name, so it will take the database from the query window only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pointing to master only. Then, so one more doubt.
Yeah.
It's actually it's not existing in master. Nada. We are created in practice database.
Check open databases. No, not here. Yeah, open database. Go to system database. Open master tables.
Oh.
There is there. So you have to already. So first time before giving the table name and practice the schema name, you've already executed the query once.
Okay.
So that's why it is already there in the table.
That's why it was truncated from the master database.
Yeah. Now the EXMP table from master is truncated, but we want the EXMP table from practice to be truncated.
Okay. Yeah, if we do. No, it will work.
Let's check the data now. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
So now the EXMP table from practice database is truncated, right? Now we'll see a way to insert data into this EXMP table from employee table again. Okay. So you write the statement. I'll tell you. Insert into. So I want data to be inserted into EXMP table now. Okay. Write half of the statement. Insert into what? Which table I want to insert?
Sorry, I didn't get it, sir.
So in which table are we trying to insert data?
New table. Okay?
What is the new table?
We can create them.
So
or we can enter
listen, my requirement is to insert data into EXMP table in practice database from employee table in practice database.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
That is my requirement.
From employee tables to we need to insert a EXMP table.
Insert into EXMP table. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, write an insert statement to insert data into EXMP table. Right.
Now we are pointing to database called master.
Yes.
So we need to give a database name also.
Yes. So why did you write from?
Yeah, we need to copy from master.
Yeah, try that. Yeah. If you're trying something, please. So, so this does not work. So this is not the syntax to copy data from employee table from EXMP table. Okay. So you should write select star from. Instead of insert, after EXMP table, write select star from.
Yeah.
Yes. Execute this. See, now the EXMP table has data again. Yeah. No, don't do truncate. Just like, yeah. See, now we have the table data again. Okay. So what we just did is we just copied the data from employee table to EXMP table.
Structure has already there now.
So in employee table, we already have the data, right?
Yeah.
But AXMP table was empty.
Yeah. We are
So
truncated that.
yeah. So using the insert into this new statement, we just copied the data from employee table to EXMP table.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
This is how we copy the data from one table to another table. So this will not create a new table. It will just copy the table. Okay.
Yeah. While
But the
copying
select,
this, we need to be careful with whatever the structure.
yeah, structure should be same.
Should be same. Okay.
Yeah, structure should be same.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's try copying only two columns. If I want to insert only into EID and ENAME columns. Okay. So what should I do? So usually in the insert statement, if you want to insert data into only two columns, so what do you write?
Before I give here, I need to give instead of star,
I think
instead
you
of
can refer to
star.
the old class things, notes or something. Yeah, tries. You write whatever comes into your mind.
Ename only, sir.
Yes, I want to only two columns. Execute this.
Table definition.
Yeah. So
Here also
table
we need to
definition.
give these both columns. No?
Yes. Where do we give that?
Yeah.
So copy those two columns. So that's not the place to give the column names. You have to give it after table name.
Here.
Yes. In brackets.
I think yesterday I tried to.
Yeah, you can see here. Yeah. In brackets. You forgot to give brackets. Let's see. Okay. So you've got another 4 records only with the ID and ename. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So have you please check your old insert statement. You have practiced, right?
Yes, sir. Insert.
I think you didn't practice inserting only required
Yeah,
columns.
I.
Did you? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In the 66 column, you see the 66 row. Yeah. See
Yeah.
like this. So if you want to insert only
Brackets.
into yeah few columns, you have to mention the column names as well.
I think I remember without brackets also is it it executes. Huh?
No, without brackets, it doesn't execute. Please try. You will get to know the error, what error you're going to get.
Okay.
Some incorrect syntax. So the query engine sees a comma there in the query, right? So it doesn't know why the comma is there. So that's why it has thrown incorrect syntax. Hello,
Sir.
there. I think you
Windows
got
sir?
I can hear you. You got disconnected, I guess.
I think phone. Yeah, actually yesterday phone పోయింది సార్ కింద పడింది.
Okay.
Sir, just a minute, sir. 1 minute.
Okay.
Call. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, sir.
Yeah. Yep. Continue sharing your screen. So we are good with this, right?
Yes.
So you got to know how to copy the data
Yes.
from one table to another table. You have only with specified
Here also I had
columns.
tried this one.
Mhm.
Without brackets, it won't work.
Sorry?
Without brackets, it doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
it don't work. It won't work.
It won't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
So now can you give me your access to your system? I'll
Yes.
just request meeting.
Here, what should I select?
No,
Approve. Okay.
I have accessed it. Just approve it. Okay.
Okay.
So now what have you practiced? The constraints.
Take another one. I
Next window.
yesterday forgot to save that.
Okay,
A
no problem.
few, let's only it has identity properties only, I think.
So yesterday we discussed about unique and not null constraints, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. Unique and not.
Yeah. So today we will check about some default constraints. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the let's say this is the table I'm going to create. Okay. So while creating the table itself, I can give the default constraint here. Okay.
Okay.
Or
I had
after
already
creating the
created this
table
one.
also. Sorry.
Actually, I had already created this. I'm
This
going
customer
to
detail
create an.
table.
Yeah.
I'll just drop it. No problem.
Okay.
So we are in constraints database. There is a database called constraints.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Easy to remember.
Yeah. So I've dropped the table customer
Okay.
detail. Okay.
Okay.
So let me try to add a new constraint. Okay. For location, I'm adding the default constraint. Okay.
Okay.
So let's check out the syntax how we can add the constraint. Okay. After giving the column name and its data type, you
Yeah.
have to mention the default. Okay. Default and the default location anything. I'm giving just bang. Okay. Let's try and execute that statement. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm trying to insert some data here.
Okay. Without giving the location.
So what column names I have to give here?
We need to give only two columns, name and address. Why? Because customer ID has a identity property.
Yes. Clear.
It automatically updated. Name. Address.
Okay. So let's try executing this. So it says 2 rows affected. Let's check out the data. So by default, without giving, it has inserted BNG there. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's say I want to insert location also.
Already it shows a red underline.
Where?
No. If we had did some mistake, it will already shows a red line, red underline.
If there is any syntax error kind of things, so it will show the red underline.
Okay.
But we should not always depend on that.
Okay.
Okay. So sometimes system might act weird. It will show you red lines, but the query might be correct.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's just a good practice, like, just to verify the red lines.
Okay.
Whenever you see them. Okay. I'm trying to execute this query. So if you see, even though there is a default constraint on the location column, so I did override the default constraint. Okay. So whenever we are not giving any location details, like while inserting the data, then only it will take the default constraint. If you have a value for that column, so it will take the value given by you. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you can override the default constraint.
Okay.
Okay. And so whenever there is a table also, you can try to add a default constraint. Okay. So by using the alter
Already
table.
existing.
Yeah, already existing alter table. Customers underscore detail, add constraint.
Name.
So you have to give some constraint name. This is okay. So this is some default name I'm giving. Okay. Default.
Value.
So this is here I'm trying to alter the table. Okay.
Yeah.
So I already have a table created, the customer detail. Okay.
Yeah.
But I have the default constraint only for location column. Now I want to add the default constraint to customer address column also. Okay. So this is how we can add. So the first syntax, the first line should be alter table and the table name. Okay. Whatever the altering you're going to do, so the first statement should be alter table and the table name.
Table.
So then the next part comes, which part you want to. So you want to add column, you want to add constraint, you want to change something, the data type.
Okay.
So here the next part will decide. Okay. Here
Okay.
I am trying to add constraint. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see here in your constraints table, where is this constraints? What? I don't see any constraints to be here. So I've created it just now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can see it now. So in the constraints, sorry, constraints.
Default.
So there is already, if I script this constraint, I can script any constraint. Okay. So there is already a constraint called default created on a location. Okay. Right.
Yeah. We have already a default constraint.
So this is the name of the constraint. Okay. df underscore customers underscore d underscore location and some random number. This is by default. Whatever the constraint you create, it might be check or not null or anything. Okay.
Okay.
So it will have a name. The system will assign a name for that by default, some random name. Okay.
Okay.
So same thing. So we have to do here. We have to give a name for that. Since we are assigning the we are altering the table and assigning the constraint, we have to give the name. So this is the name I have given, df underscore location, and which constraint. Okay.
Yeah.
And its value.
Default constraint. Which value?
For which column? Yeah.
Okay.
So let's try executing this.
Oh. These are all comes under alter command now. We are using alter command, we are adding a constraint.
Yeah, we are adding a
existing table.
constraint. Yeah, for existing table. Okay. So this this way of adding constraints is not always recommended.
Okay.
Sometimes this might work or might not work.
Okay.
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 So let's see now. So I'll just refresh tables, customer details, constraints.
Okay.
See, there is a new constraint that has been created for me.
Okay.
If you can script this. So you will get to know what is the constraint that is available, okay, on which column name. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how we can use alter things.
Where it is used for we're making a script as a just now you make a script now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we use this in real thing by
Yeah,
creating a
the
script?
business, yeah, we can use that. So, so whenever you are new to a project or something, so if there is an already existing project, so the code will also always be there, right?
Mm.
So if you want to view the script behind any views, stored procedures or functions, okay, you will be doing the same thing.
Okay.
So you can just script that particular object. If it is a function or stored procedure or view, you have to script that. So when you script that, you can see the code behind that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So right now, I did script this what constraint, right?
Consent.
So I don't know. So suppose I don't know on which column the constraint is created. Okay.
Okay.
If I go to this constraints, I can see two constraints created. Okay.
Okay.
So if I script them,
Create new.
then only I will be able to see on which column what constraint is
The
there.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. What
Here I can
consent
see
is
on
created?
location column, the default constraint is created.
Okay.
So otherwise I wouldn't know like on which
The
column
on
what
which
constraint is
column?
created. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is how we can alter the table and add some columns or change the data types and or add constraints to a table. And this way is not always recommended. Okay. In real time,
Okay. Okay.
like doing the alteration of table. Okay. Clear.
Yeah.
So why? Because this might have worked. This default constraint might have worked for this table because the default constraint can be overwritten.
Okay.
But when we give some constraint like unique constraint, right?
Yeah.
So it has some conditions. So the value should
Value
be
should be
unique
unique.
and it will allow only one null.
One.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's suppose before altering the table only, if the table has two nulls in the column,
Yeah.
so we cannot create any constraint on top of that column, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. So that's the reason this altering table is not recommended every time. Okay.
Okay.
So we should add any constraints or any keys while creating the table itself, or before the table. I mean, or before inserting any data into the table. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is about default. And let's drop this table. Now I'm trying to add what is the other constraint? Check constraint. Yeah. So I'm trying to add check constraint to customer name, or I'll add the same thing to location itself. Okay.
Location.
So every constraint should be added after the data type. Okay.
Okay.
So what should I check? So the employee should only
Particular
be from Bangalore. That's what I'm going to check. Okay. So whatever the data I'm going to enter, that employee detail, that customer should be from Bangalore only. That's what it will check. Okay.
Okay.
And one more thing, SQL Server is case insensitive. Okay.
Okay.
It is not case sensitive. It is case insensitive. Okay. You can use cap to
Both all
caps or
caps and small
small
letters.
letters. Okay. It doesn't matter for it. So let's create a table. I'll refresh this. See, by default, there is some constraint created. Okay. You can see it right here.
Yeah.
So if I script this, because I mean, I've already dropped the existing table. This is the new table, new
Yeah.
customer detail table. Okay. See, there is a check constraint added on location
column.
with Bangalore. Okay. Yeah. So let's see now. So I'm trying to insert this value to that. Okay. I'm trying to insert only one value. Okay. So it said there is a yeah, the insert statement is has got a conflict. Why? Because this location is not BNG.
Okay.
Only if this value is BNG,
then
only if the
it will
location,
enter.
then only it will enter. Let's try Bangalore. The same. It will check for this exact string. Okay.
Yeah.
The location, the value for the location column should be exactly BNG. Other than that, it will not allow anything.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's try inserting BNG.
Okay.
Unprofected. See, you've got a record in customer detail table. And if you observe in the check constraint, I've taken BNG in caps. While inserting the record, I've taken BNG in small letters. Okay. As SQL Server is case insensitive, it doesn't matter in which case the letters are.
Yes.
Okay. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about a primary key constraint. Okay.
Okay.
So primary key is a type of constraint which will not allow duplicates. Okay. So it should have only unique values. Right. And it will not allow any nulls also. There should not be any nulls, not even one. Okay.
Unique value and it won't allow null.
Yeah. So now tell me the difference between the unique and primary.
Unique and
how can you compare primary and unique?
Yeah, unique constraint will allow one null.
Okay.
And value should be unique. It won't allow
so
duplicates.
Yeah, in both the cases, the value should be unique. There should not be any duplicates. Okay. Yeah. In both the keys. Okay.
But unique constraint will allow one null.
Key will not allow any nulls. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's try in the same thing. Instead of identity, okay, I will take it as primary key. Clear. Okay. So you write the command.
Primary key.
Yeah, we are good. So and remove the check constraint. So first of all, drop this table. Yeah, and drop this table. It is already there, right? Just select only till drop. That's it. Don't select the hyphens. Command completed successfully. Now check the data. It is still there because we executed the query with the hyphens.
With hyphens. Okay.
Yeah.
And executed successfully, but
Yeah, it will show the like that only.
okay.
You have dropped the table. There is no
Yes.
table now. Yeah, you create the new table now. So I have some table scripts. Okay, table scripts ready. Maybe it's okay. We'll do that on your system.
Sir?
Have you created the table?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now try to execute. Try to insert some data into that using the same insert statements. Try to insert some data. So you already have the statements that use the same things. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same one, can I insert?
Yes, you try to insert. Oh, here we have given the For customer ID, there is a primary key constraint. Okay, primary key will not allow nulls.
Okay.
So we cannot give any nulls to that column.
I'll give for same.
Yeah.
Okay, there are a few columns in insert statement. Value specified in the values class.
So what does this error mean? You have checked this error earlier also, right? So what does this error mean? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So what does that error mean? So what does the error say?
Columns are insufficient, it's showing it.
So have you seen this error earlier?
No, sir, I didn't remember.
Just some time back we have seen this error, right?
Columns
See, go to the first.
Got it, sir. Here we have mentioned specified columns, no?
Yeah.
Customer name. Instead of this, if we remove this, then it will execute.
Yeah, or else you have to add another column also. That would also work.
Here we need to add a customer ID.
Yeah, that would also work, or removing everything also would work.
Now it's okay.
Now also it has 3 columns only, right?
Yeah, customer ID, customer name.
You removed the customer name and added customer ID.
Yeah. Violation of primary key constraint. Cannot insert a duplicate key. The object. Okay. Insert key value is 1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay.
So let's try now.
2 rows got affected.
Yeah. See, this is how primary key will work. Okay.
Okay.
See, the one more concept is, so we have a concept called indexes, okay, which will help us in querying the data faster. Okay. So basically the concept of index is to help us in getting the results faster from table. Okay. So whenever you create a primary key on a column, on a table, okay. So by default, there is one index that is created, that is clustered index
by default.
by default. So you don't have to create it again, okay, manually.
Okay.
So whenever you create a primary key on it on top of a table, so there is an index that is created automatically. Okay.
Okay.
So if you go to triggers, so below the constants, we have something called indexes, triggers and indexes. Come down below the, yeah, there is, no. In the table itself, you have something called indexes. Open that. If you see, yeah, script that. Do one thing. So just refresh the tables list first. Not that. Go to tables, click on tables and refresh, or database. You refresh the whole database is also fine.
We can do this.
Yes, refresh. That is the refresh. You clicked on refresh.
Yes.
Yeah. Now check. Customer detail table. Expand the customer detail table. Check keys. Check for keys. There is a key. PK is primary key which we have created. Okay. As you see, so there is a primary key already. Okay. Mouse column. Yeah.
Okay.
So even though you have given only primary key, right? It will take primary key clustered. Okay.
Okay.
And it is on customer ID. Okay. But if you see this is the sorting order, ascending and descending. Okay. But we have mentioned anything like that while creating the primary key. Okay.
Yeah.
These are all the default properties when you have created primary key. So by default, this clustered index will be created. Okay. And it will be in ascending order.
Okay. It's
Okay.
automatically created.
Yes. So if you go to indexes, come down to indexes, check in indexes, script this. So it is the same one, right? It is the same one as we see as the one in primary in the keys column, right?
Yes.
See what happens is, so now go just select the table, customer detail table. No, select the data, query the data. Close this one. And so now if you see the customer ID, it is in order. First, it has 1, 2, 3, and it has again 1, 2, 4, right? Okay. Now insert one more record. Okay. Now insert one more record. So which says 120. No, just change the numbers there.
Okay.
Just change the number 120. Make it 120. And the next record change, make it to 125 or 126. The next record. See, by default, the properties of the table should be whatever the records you insert first should come first, and the records you insert later should come later, right?
Value.
Yeah. Now let's see. Let's select the table. If you see here, so by default, the customer ID values are sorted in ascending order.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So we haven't told the system to sort that data in ascending order. but that is a property which will be created by default when you create a primary key in the table. So the table will be sorted in ascending order by default. So when you create a primary key, this is the property. So the data will be sorted in the table itself. Okay. In this
ascending order.
Yeah, in ascending order, the data will be stored in ascending order by default. Okay, in the table. Okay. Again, you don't have to write an order by statement, order by customer ID. You don't have to write that. By default, whenever you query the table, the data result that comes to you will be in ascending order itself. Okay. Clear?
Yes, clear.
And the clustered index will also be created. Okay.
Clustered index, it means.
So that will help you in sorting that data. Okay. In whatever view you want in the background. Okay. And it will help you in getting the data faster.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically the indexes are used for only one purpose. Okay. To retrieve the data faster. So if you have some millions of data, okay.
Yeah.
And you have given some where condition where some customer ID is in between 1 lakh to 2 lakhs. Okay.
Yeah.
If the data is not in sorted order, it will be very clumsy, right?
Yeah. Very difficult to retrieve data.
Yeah. So how the table, how the system gets you data is, so whenever you write some where condition, okay, let's say you have a million records, you have 10 lakh records, okay. So you have written a query like this: select star from customer detail where customer ID between. So how the system checks in background is, so first it will go to first record, okay.
Yeah.
It will check for the customer ID. If it is matching, if it is matching the condition, it will give you. Next, it will go to the second query, and again it will do the same thing. Like this, it has to scan the whole table.
Yeah.
It has
then
to.
It will take more time.
Yeah, it has to scan the whole table, and then it will give you the result.
Yeah.
Okay. But whenever we have a clustered index or any type of index on top of our table, so what happens is, so there is some series of data will be grouped. First of all, it will be in sorted order and the data will be grouped. Okay.
Okay.
So the first, whenever you give the any way filter condition like where, okay.
Yeah.
So it will just directly go to the group. Yeah,
Okay.
it will just check. It will just check for some value in group. If it is not there, it will go to the another group. Okay. So like 1 to 1,000 or 1 to 50,000 will be in one group. 50 to 1 lakh and 1 lakh to 2 lakhs. So like that, there will be different groups. Okay. It will just directly go to that group and will pick. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are taking, if you want the customer ID, if you want the record whose customer ID is 1 lakh, okay, it will not just start scanning from first record. It will just check.
Directly go to
It will just check in between. It will just check. Okay. So you have a whole of 10 lakh records, right? I mean, 10 lakh records. It will check the in between what is the record 5 lakh. Okay.
Okay.
So it will, so 1 lakh is less than 5 lakh. Okay. It will not be in the next 5 lakh. It will be in the first 5 lakh, right?
Yeah.
So in the first 5 lakh also, it will check some kind of in between. So what is that 2.5 lakh, right?
Yes, sir.
So it will eliminate the next 2.5 lakh also. The 1 lakh record will be in the first 2.5 lakh. Like that. It will be very easier for the system to scan the table.
Yes.
To scan the whole table and the whole records for your query. Okay. So this is how indexes help us in getting the data faster. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is about primary key. And the next concept we have is foreign key. Okay. So we'll finish up that as well. Okay. So create one more table. So we'll create another table. Locations.
Table. To give table.
It is not typing. Okay. Just a minute.
Okay.
Mm. So we have allocations table. Okay. So I'm trying to recreate the customer table again. Okay.
Okay.
Well, voila. Why is it? Table correct. Just a minute.
Okay.
This is not. Sorry. Bullshit. Okay, so I've told you, right? The system will act weird. This is unnecessarily showing me some error. So I was trying to check that. Okay.
Executed
But
successfully.
but there is no error. Yeah. So coming to foreign key. Okay. So we have a table called locations and we have a table called customer details. Okay. So we have two tables. Okay. So consider this is for locations. This is the main table. Okay.
Okay.
So in customer detail table. Okay. We want the customer location. Okay, whatever the customer location we give in the, we try to insert in the customer detail table, that location should already be there in the locations table, in our locations table.
Okay.
Only then it will allow the data to be entered into customer detail table. Okay. So that means this is our locations master data.
Okay.
This is our
Whatever they be
locations
the
master data. Okay.
Yeah.
Only if the data is available, only if that location is available, the master data, then only
Then
we will
only it will
be
allow us to insert
we will
into
be able
customer
to use
detail.
that location in the customer detail table. Okay. This we will not be changing regularly. Okay.
Okay.
Only whenever we want some new locations to be added, then only we try to insert some data into that location table. Otherwise, we won't touch that table. Okay. But this customer table, so we try to insert data on daily basis.
Okay.
Right. Whenever we get some new customers. Okay. We take their details, like we assign a customer ID to them, and we will name, address, and location we will be adding to our table on regular daily basis. Okay. So we can consider this as a parent, locations as a parent table, and customer details as a child table. Okay. So if you see here in the, while creating the customer table, so for the location column, okay. So what I've taken, The foreign key. I'm creating a foreign key for this location table. Okay. So the primary key and the other constraint or check, not null, unique. So all can be given based on that particular table only. We are not referring to any other table in those keys, right?
Yeah.
We are talking about that one particular table only. We are not referring to other tables.
Yeah.
Right. But using foreign key, we can refer to other tables also.
Yes.
Okay. So here, if you see the syntax, foreign key references to location table. Okay, locations table. And in locations table, the column is location.
Okay.
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 This column in customer detail table, LOC column in customer detail table is referring to locations table, location column.
On column location.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So what does that mean is, so whenever you try to enter a value in LOC column in customer detail table, it will kind of check that value, whether that value is available in the locations table or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try to insert detail, customer details. Okay. So in the customer details table, I'm trying to enter some data. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the data I will enter. I'm trying to enter one record. So it says one row affected, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's check the data. So it has allowed.
Yes.
Right. Why? BNG is already there in the locations table. Now let's try to insert this Mumbai.
Yeah.
Conflict with foreign key constraint. Yeah. Conflict with foreign key constraint. Right.
Okay.
That means, so we are trying to insert a value into LOC column that is not available in locations table.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So that's why we are getting an error here.
Yes.
So this is kind of lookup we are doing. So if you want to enter a value into the table, that value should already be there in our master table.
Yeah.
Then only we should be able to enter that value. Otherwise, we are not allowed to enter that value or use that value.
Okay.
Okay.
If we need this, then we need to enter the value in locations master table first of all.
Yes. Now let's try. Let's try doing that. What? Why is it giving semicolon there?
Yes,
or is it is giving only comma, right? Not colon.
Comma only.
Okay. Now in locations table, we have Mumbai also. Okay, let's try and execute this now. Now it has allowed. Like this. Okay. So if you want to enter a value in the child table, that value should already be there in your parent table.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah. This is about primary key and foreign keys. Okay. We will start with functions tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So you try practicing this primary key once again. Okay. The sorting, you try to create normal tables without primary key. You try to create tables with primary key, insert data into them, and check if the data is in sorting order or not. Okay.
Yeah.
You can check all those things. Yeah.
As I remember, I see these primary and foreign key are used to maintain a relationship between the
Yes.
two different tables.
Yes, we can say that.
Okay.
Okay, fine, Junaid. So
Okay.
we'll catch up tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep. Bye.